Hello, welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz and I will be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Gemini, wherever Gemini shows up for you. And if you haven't already, I would love it, absolutely love it, if you subscribe to my channel. And your little oracle card came out fast. This is the angel number messages. Number 24, if I can hold on to it. And it says, you have a heart of gold and are very skilled at maintaining balanced and stable relationships. You are loyal to your loved ones and are able to be the nurturer, protector, and provider all at once. I am generous. Love that. Be sure you're taking care of yourself too. But let's get your tarot cards out. We have the Page of Cups. Is this 2 cards or is this just a really thick card? No, it's 2. Okay. That's kind of funny. King of Wands, 5 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, the Magician. Love that. And the Death card, interesting, paired with the 5 of Cups. And then we have the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The Hierophant, 2 of Cups. Let me just make sure everything is in view. Okay. Just kind of shift things around a little bit. So like my immediate thought with the Page of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles, like something to do with making connections, working with people. It could be even something that you're manifesting. It could also just be something like totally unexpected. All these things just like plopping down into my consciousness as I'm talking about it. Like cups have to do with our emotions, right? It's our heart center. It's, how do we feel about ourselves? How do we feel about our lives? How do we even feel about the people that we're surrounded with, right? Even with the 3 of Pentacles. How do we express that emotion too, right? And also even how do we receive it? Because I think a lot of us we're really good at sometimes, right? I mean, I'm not, obviously not necessarily a blanket statement, but a lot of us are really good at, doing acts of service for other people or showing up for other people emotionally. But we have a hard time accepting that ourselves. So it could also be considering that. Now, pages are the newbies. I always call them the apprentices because so they already have the Ace of Cups in their hand, right? So it's not necessarily like a new beginning as far as like something brand new showing up. It's already there because they're already holding it. But the page is like, okay, what am I going to do with this now? What do I want this to be? Right? And even it could be creativity. Like, how do you express your creativity? How do you connect with your creativity or even your intuition? Because, cups also covers that realm as well. Like your clairs, your intuition, your quote unquote, like psychic abilities. And I also just feel like through this whole reading, and this wasn't even a problem all day until I sat down to do this reading. I keep having to clear my throat. So it could be a conversation. Anytime that happens, especially when I'm doing these readings, like there's something stuck in the throat. So it could be a conversation that you need to have. It could even just be being afraid to like speak something into existence. Just something again, like having to do with the throat chakra, which is mainly how we communicate, using our words. So my attention keeps going to this fish that's in the cup because it really could be, again, like something unexpected. Like you're holding this cup and then all of a sudden this fish pops out of it and you're like, what the hell? That was unexpected, right? I mean, it could even be a message. It looks like they're even talking. And like I just said, throat, there could just be some, unexpected conversation even that comes up, like maybe it's not even something to force, but if it's an energy that you like feel around you, maybe it's something that'll just naturally come up on its own. It could even just be like discovering something new about yourself, like a self exploration thing. So I think we got the Page of Cups covered. Maybe. I don't know. Like there's just like a rumble of thunder that went on for like 10 seconds. So, I mean, let me check the book. I love when tarot decks come with books because I love reading other people's perspectives, you know, of the cards, because it broadens my horizons and my understanding of, you know, the cards. So it says the Page of Cups is here to show you a new opportunity or path that you haven't considered before. They encourage you to open your mind to any and all things you might discover. You might discover something completely unexpected, even if it seems out of reach. This card may be showing itself to you in the form of a dream, a spontaneous connection with a stranger, or a brand new opportunity to try something you haven't before. The Page of Cups can represent falling in love, be that with yourself, with who you are becoming, someone new, or even a new or rediscovered interest or idea. Embrace this dreamy feeling and explore it. You might receive something unexpected. This card is encouraging you to embrace it with open arms. You may be a bit naive at this moment, but what's important is that you go with the flow, trusting your intuition with an open mind. And now I feel like I have a sore throat. Like, what what is going on? And it is paired with the Three of Pentacles. So this does have to do with other people. I would also say that whatever this new people or other people are, it would be more like practical, or like more, it could be business related, because, and I'm saying that because it's Pentacles. The Two of Cups is under here somewhere, which is more relationship-ish. I mean, I would, like, if the Two of Cups was under here, I would say, you know, definitely love connection, right? But with it being the Three of Pentacles, like the Three of Pentacles has to do with collaboration. It is working with other people. Pentacles are about our money. It's about our time. It's about our physical body. Where are we focusing our resources, our attention, our time? Where are we physically showing up in our lives? All of the things, right? And again, there's three people in this card. One person's holding a hammer. These people, like there's one person holding some piece of paper. It could be a contract. It could be plans. And then there's this other person who's involved in some kind of way. So again, you know, there's some sort of collaboration. It is working with others. It could be making connections that are going to help you reach a goal. And I mean, it is still Mercury retrograde. So be sure that if you are signing any type of contract, that you're reading it, you know, like don't just kind of blindly sign things. That could be where this throat thing is coming from, like having to have maybe a conversation that you're just not maybe used to having, you know, because this could even be negotiation. It's like all of a sudden I'm getting this feeling of like not accepting the first offer. Even if there's no wiggle room, it really could not hurt to ask for more. And truly, it's like one of those things too of like, what is that saying of like, you miss every opportunity you don't take, or something like that? Like, the worst that could happen is no. So, you know what I mean? Like, the best that could happen is a yes. So never settle for the first offer, which is so uncomfortable if you are not used to doing that. But again, worst case scenario is a no. Rejection is not, it's, you know, it's not negative. You tried. And two, like if it does and I don't think it will, but if it does somehow affect an opportunity, that it wasn't the best opportunity for you anyway. And it clears out that gunk so that the perfect opportunity or better opportunity could come in for you anyway. So again, right? Something unexpected, something having to do with, collaboration. It could have to do with work. It could have to do with something that you're even creating. And also even with the Three of Pentacles, it's like everybody has their job. Everybody has their task. Like if we're talking about group projects, right? Like everybody is assigned a portion of the project and they're responsible for that project. But it's all like you have one goal to complete the project and it's like divvying up the responsibilities or the tasks or whatever of that project. Aren't group projects the worst though? Oh, I don't miss those. And then we have the King of Wands. I kept like looking at these. I don't know if that's supposed to be a gecko or like some kind of lizard. I don't know if it would even, like, this book hasn't really been saying anything about symbols that it's using. I mean, I could just look up what the like message behind a gecko is. Leader, visionary, intentional. The King of Wands, in their visionary nature, draws others in as they see the bigger picture. They have all the ideas and charisma, but choose to delegate tasks in order to involve the community in reaching a goal. When this card appears in your reading, you are manifesting your goals through the support of those around you. Others rely on you to be mature, charismatic, and intentional. The King of Wands is not afraid to ask for help. They may hold all the revolutionary ideas, but know that they can't do it all on their own. I mean, sure. But let's see. I spelt it like gecko. I don't even know if this is a gecko, but let's look at gecko and also maybe lizard. For gecko, it says, is a lack of flexibility holding you back from achieving your goals? Having trouble adapting to transitions at work or in relationships? Gecko, as a spirit, totem, or power animal, can help. Gecko teaches you how to avoid rigidity and to maintain your poise when rapid change occurs. Delve deeply, blah, blah, blah. Oh, good. This says lizards in all their glorious forms have major shamanic significance. Shamans say geckos specifically are dream keepers who whisper esoteric secrets to fortunate humans while they sleep. Did something else talk about dreams? Oh, that's right. Geckos can regrow their tail. They lose their tail as a protective measure, but then regenerate it. This is akin to life's circle and patterns where we sometimes lose something only to find it again, which is actually really pretty interesting because it is like really making a circle here. And I would say that is showing flexibility. So traditionally, right, King of Wands, wands are about the actions that we take, the motivation behind the actions that we take. I also see wands as being information by way of experience. Like we learn things by doing. What works, what doesn't, what do we like, what don't we like, what stays, what goes. And you really do have to try whatever the thing is in order to figure those things out. So when we get to the king, right, that's the highest expression of the suit. So again, it is a leader. It is somebody who, has taken the wisdom from trying all these different things and becoming an authority in their respective, field. Also, the King of Wands is the entrepreneur of the tarot group. Okay. But like in the sense that it's going to be hard for somebody in the King of Wands to be in a position to be told what to do. Like they need to have creative freedom. They want to have, freedom in their day to be able to just, kind of spend their time doing whatever, they see to be, I want to say like worth their time, but like, that's not how I want to put that. Like, it's like, you know how you want to structure your day, and you want to be able to do that. Like, you want to be in a position to be able to do that. So, I mean, you don't have to be an entrepreneur, obviously, to be in that type of position. This could even be a promotion. Like, again, we were talking about something unexpected here, something having to do with working with others. It could even be that negotiation thing I was talking about. That could just be, you thought it was going to be one type of a position. Turns out it's going to be either a higher paying one or one with more responsibility, right? Like promotion. Also, even just their cape on the inside, having that checkered flag thing. And to me, like, when I see checkered flag, I think finish line. So there's something here where you are coming up on some type of finish line, whether you've been in a period of limbo or a period of holding, or whether it is even just reaching your career ambition. It doesn't have to be career either. It could be something personal. Like, there's some personal goal that you achieved. And then it's paired with the Magician. And the Magician is, it's a 1. It's something new. But it's drawing in on the resources that are available to you now. The Magician says that you have exactly what you need right now to achieve the thing that you want to do. Because sometimes we get lost, or we get stuck, I should say, maybe, in the, I don't have enough this, I don't have enough that, I wanted to do this, I expected that, whatever the case may be, right? But it generally is like, it kind of comes from a place of fear, usually, right? Or like we're stalling in some capacity. It could be, imposter syndrome. It could be limiting beliefs. It could be whatever, but it's usually all of those, like, I can't because things are, again, usually coming from a place of fear, stalling, ego, whatever. And when the Magician card comes up, it's like, no, you have exactly the skill, the knowledge, the intelligence, the experience. You have everything that you need right now to achieve the thing that you want. And I always think of Harry Potter too, with the Magician card, specifically the Sword of Gryffindor, because the Sword of Gryffindor shows up to the person who needs it for a specific purpose at a specific time, right? So it shows up, they use it for that purpose, and then it generally just somehow ends up getting exchanged, or it goes away. And that's the Magician card. Whatever you need will show up for you at exactly the right moment, for the exact purpose that you need it, at the exact time that you need it. Whether that is a person, an opportunity, a resource in some capacity, a skill, whatever it is, don't worry about it. It'll show up for you if you don't somehow already have it. And especially with it paired with the King of Wands, because if this is a promotion, this is positive, for that. This is, again, recognizing within yourself that you have the ability, you have the skill, you have the wisdom, you have the experience. And then it's interesting that the next 2 cards are kind of like cards of loss. But, it's like I was even saying with this Magician card, right? Like getting kind of hung up in those, I'm lacking in whatever, right? So the 5 of Cups is basically that, because they're focusing on these 3 cups that have turned over here, right? And the 5 of Cups is a card of grief, loss. So, there's nothing necessarily wrong with honoring or grieving something. However, like if your focus is on the things that haven't worked or the things that you have lost, there's these 2 cups back here, which is interesting that we do have the 2 of cups pretty close to the bottom of the deck, because there are still 2 cups here. And even, this energy that's coming off of them, it feels like, to me, releasing something. It could even be loyalty, because, like if we get stuck in like job loyalty, where we feel guilty for leaving a job because whatever, right? Like maybe we're close to our staff or our management team or, whatever. Like maybe they have treated you fairly well, like maybe whatever else, and you're like, man, I actually feel really kind of guilty leaving the company and thinking about, seeking out a better opportunity. No, it's 2024. That's nice of you, However, these jobs have no loyalty to us. Like maybe small business would be a little bit different, but like if push come to shove, it would be your job that would be sacrificed. You know what I mean? Like, again, there's nothing wrong with like, quote unquote, nothing wrong, like feeling guilty about leaving a position. Where it becomes quote unquote wrong is if you're keeping yourself in a position that you feel like you've either outgrown, or maybe even just the energy of the thing has expired. Because I truly believe that. I truly believe that we know when the energy of a thing either it has expired, it's been used up, it's served its purpose, it's just not there anymore, right? But then, we usually keep ourselves, whether it's a relationship or a job or whatever, right? Like we usually keep ourselves there because of, guilt or whatever, being scared, scared of change or having tough conversations or, not wanting to be perceived a certain way or whatever, the case may be. But if you, and you would know this too, like you would know that's, the energy of it is just, it's not there anymore. So again, like that's just, I'm just kind of getting this feeling with this, these rainbow colors, but it's just like, it's radiating off. But to me, it feels like it's releasing. Last time, because I don't know if I've said this already, there's nothing wrong with recognizing what hasn't worked or what did work. Because, there was something in these cups, right? There's nothing there now. So there's nothing wrong with, going through the grieving process, whatever that looks like. But also remembering or even recognizing that there's these 2 cups behind you. So sure, there's this loss here, but there's also opportunity behind, like, and, allow yourself to look towards the future. Allow yourself to leave whatever is in the past and allow yourself to move forward. And especially too with this death card, because again, like both of these cards have to do with loss. And the death card is as much about something ending as it is about a new beginning. So the death card, literally anytime I see the death card, I always say a new beginning disguises itself as an end. Right? Like there is something that has to end in order for something new to begin, whether that is a thought pattern, a behavior pattern, a mindset, right? Even just being in this energy of somehow being stuck in a way of being. That has to end so that this new beginning can start. So this literally with the death card, it could just be stop feeling guilty. Stop like putting loyalty into things that don't deserve your loyalty, even if that is friendships, jobs, other types of, relationships, something again that would have an emotional attachment. It could even be an emotional attachment to a past memory, a past, heartbreak, or, something along those lines. And then we have the Three of Wands, the Hierophant, and then, like I said, the Two of Cups behind it. The Three of Wands is planning for the future. Is actually the Two of Wands, but it came out, so it came out of my mouth. So there's clearly something to that. It is like broadening your horizons. Usually the Three of Wands is like they're ready to start taking action towards something. Like there's the Ace of Wands, which is obviously something new. The Two of Wands, again, is planning for the future. The Three of Wands is like, okay, I have a plan, tentative, whatever. I'm going to start taking action towards that plan and see what happens, right? Like I'm going to just start trying things. Progress, expansion, envisioning the future. Yippee! The Three of Wands is a card of good fortune. Love that. Whether in relationships, your career, or your dreams. You're in the sweet spot for moving forward with future plans and right where you need to be. When this card appears in your reading, you should take a moment to reflect on how you got to where you are now in order to look forward and decide how to progress. Perhaps use this time to consider any upcoming obstacles that may lie ahead. This gives you time to prepare. This card encourages the broadening of your horizons. Okay, my voice, what was that? As well as self-exploration to promote development in your creative journey. Remember that communication can play an important role when executing plans. So don't let that slip away in your excitement. We were talking about words, throat chakra. The Hierophant encourages you to look at age-old practices or seek out the advice of a leader before making your own choices. This card does not tell you to seek outdated traditions that don't serve you, but rather to search them out and look at them with a critical eye, gleaning what you can from these timeless resources. There's always a new way to look at things, but the Hierophant is here to remind you that adhering to key principles and rules sometimes has a place as well. It's good to be individualistic, but there's also lots to be learned from tradition, even if that custom comes from a place where you have not felt seen before, like in a church or nuclear family structure. This card can also urge you to join something new, like a gym or class, and prompts you to remember that there is value in learning from others. This card is priming you to learn a lesson from someone or something in the future and is a reminder of conventional. It's interesting that the Three of Wands is looking at the Hierophant, just because, obviously this is how I put the cards down, right? And like the Hierophant talks about traditional institutions, but it's like, it's school. It could even be astrology. Obviously like a job, learning. It could be, obviously that you're going to be training in something new, because with the Hierophant, like these practices, this knowledge, whatever it is already established. And there's somebody who is going to be passing that knowledge down to you. It also talks about, discerning information, not just believing things to be true because Oprah told you, or, whatever, because you heard it on the internet or something, It could, of course, just mean that you are following, like a more traditional path. Like there would be, maybe even you were kind of talking about work a little bit. It could be following a more traditional career path. It could even be marriage or divorce, of course. But there's nothing, well, these two cards, I guess. But then we had the Two of Cups behind it. And the Two of Cups is about making connections. It's shared values. We can see, both of these people have a cup and they're, the energy is being shared between them. It could be a relationship, romantic. It could just be a business partnership, something that you align with. And, as much energy as you are giving it, you are receiving equal type of energy from it, whether that be monetarily as far as compensation goes, or, learning something, building experience, making connections. It's kind of like one of those things of like being exactly where you need to be. And I'm going to leave it there because all of a sudden I just got super effing tired. And like I was saying before about the energy thing, I think the energy of this reading has been fulfilled. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.